Welcome to another daily writing motivation stream. I'm Kaufman and I am on a mission to help the writers of the world with the daily writing process, whether that's brainstorming, writing, editing, marketing, publishing, or any of the other steps. I've got you covered. Here at the Right Now community, we have daily writing motivation streams, we have weekly critique shows, podcasts. We just did our live event last weekend where we had over 40 authors with the community. We did presentations, games, a whole festival, and it was quite an experience. So come join us because we're starting right now. Today's stream, I'm going to be doing a free write. Once again, we're keeping it super casual this week as I myself am moving and getting used to a new studio setup. I'm like, all right, do I like this? I'm very happy to now have a setup where I don't have to worry about the bed in the background. So hopefully a good start, good start to the day and to the week. I'll be back with my normal streaming schedule next week, but this weekend we're going to be hopping into some writing. So I've been making a little progress on Scarecrow. I know the past yesterday I made some really good progress. I'm very happy with where I'm at. So you can see I already have my stuff set up. All right. So as you can see, I already have my stuff set up here. And let's see. So I have my outline. I'm in a good place. Yeah, I've broken down this section of my story. I am working on chapter 11. I'm actually doing a little backstory. And I think when I was thinking about the story this morning, I think I thought of some interesting lines to add to it, because this is the moment in the story where Scarecrow learns about the antagonist and why he is the one that has to go on this journey, simply because everybody else in the world is basically dead. So we'll see. We'll see if we can pull this off with our last Scarecrow character. Let me pull this up here. So you should definitely come join me. And let's see, before I hop into it, let me hop into the comments. All right. Hey, what's up, ML? Welcome, my friend. Glad to see you in this stream. Hopefully your weekend is treating you well and you're making some progress. Hey, welcome back, Megan. Welcome. Glad to have you here, my friend. Love the new profile pic. Once Upon a Time. Absolutely love it. What a perfect start to a story. And Mary, welcome. Hello. Heading to 12,000 words. Never thought I'd break 10,000. That is an incredible achievement. That is so cool, my friend. I totally feel you there. Even when I started Scarecrow last year, I never thought that the 2-page free write would turn into a 150,000 word novel. So it's so surreal sometimes, my friend. That's really awesome. Hey, what's up? My bad. Welcome. Hopefully the storytelling is treating you well so far. Yeah, we're gonna try to we're keeping it super easy. We're just gonna get some writing in today. Tiara in the house. Tiara, hopefully you have not too crazy of a day, so that way you're able to get some writing in today. All right, beautiful. So I am in a pretty good spot today. I'm looking at the schedule. All right, perfect. So glad to have all you here. I know I'm going to throw up some music. Come join me. If you have any writing questions or if there's anything that's on your mind, drop a comment and I'll come join you in the chat. I'm like, is there any writing things that are on my mind right now? I mean, I'm doing a lot of thinking in terms of how long it's going to take me to get through this next draft of the book. Actually, I do have a good writing question. I'm curious. When you're working on a story, how many drafts do you take your novel? Or let's say you're working on, even if it's like a short story, novella, or novel, how many drafts do you take it from the beginning to it's ready to publish? I'm kind of curious. Are you like, okay, it always has to go through 5 drafts? You're like, okay, it has to do 3 drafts. I would love to hear from you. Drop a comment. I am going to throw that in the YouTube chat because I really like that question. Let's see, start a Q&A. How many drafts do you normally take your story through before it's ready to publish? All right. So drop your answer. I would love to hear from you. I will join you guys in the chat. Nil, what's up? Welcome, welcome, my friend. Glad to have you here. Hopefully your storytelling is going along very, very well. I'm looking forward to chatting more with you soon. And Susan, you're like, hello, first one for me in 2025. Yes. So let's get some good work off and let's get a good start for 2025 then, my friend. I'm off today, so I'll be getting a little bit of writing in. Yes, that's what's up. You're like, all right, get to like take a breather. TR, I'm curious what you're working on too. I know that you've been working on a couple short stories. I'd love to hear which one you're kind of focusing on right now. All right, my friends. So I would love to hear from you. How many drafts do you usually take your story through? I'll join you in the chat and let's get the music going. Kaufman has to get some new playlists soon on the to-do list, I promise. In the meantime, let's see what we see. I don't want lyrics. This is an older one. Okay. Well, I'll see if I vibe with this one.
song, destiny to see. Stand and rise, face the dark, light the skies, leave your mark. Eyes on the prize, heart beats hard, dreams to realize. Played every card, the wind whispers brave, the stars guide the way. No soul left to save, time to make them pay. Eyes on the prize, heart beats hard, dreams to realize. Playing every card, the wind whispers brave, the stars guide the way. No soul left to save, time to make them pay. Time to make them pay. Stand and rise, face the dark, light the skies, leave your mark. The wind
All right. I feel like have been making some solid progress today. I'm so glad I was able to finish up and wrap up that scene. I feel like I had got some solid writing in today, and I could tell we were having some great conversations here in the chat. Susan, I saw you ask this question earlier. You're like, what genre would you like to write but never had the chance to do? Um, Let me think. What genre? Trying to think if there's any genres that I just haven't had the chance to work on. I feel like there probably have been. Oh, you know what? I would like to do like a mystery. I think I just haven't had the chance. I mean, I'm thinking my screenplays and my stuff I worked on previously. I've done a lot. I've done horror, done some comedy, done adventure. I've done a mix of different genres, but I think the one genre I just haven't had the chance to do would be like a murder mystery. And to do it in a way where the reader could be surprised and I could actually lay all the clues in the groundwork. I think that'd be a genre I would love to take a shot at eventually. Yay. No, I went to an in-person critique group for the first time yesterday. How was it? Were you able to get some good value out of it? Let's see. You're like, right now, how about instead of seeped, maybe leaked or filtered? That's interesting. Let's see. Let's see. A white light seeped through his grip. A white light leaked. Yeah, I think leaked is actually better. That's a good call. Thanks, Murray. White light leaked through his grip. Yeah, I think leaked is probably better. It makes it come across like it's more like less liquid like. Yay, sounds like you're making some good progress, Murray. That's awesome. Like, no, you're like, first on IRL, groups are always great, supportive for me. It's been the best way to learn. Different groups vary depending on feedback structure. This group had other people read your piece for you. Oh, that's kind of interesting. So then you're not reading the piece yourself, but you're listening to other people read it. It's an interesting dynamic. I've never seen that structure before. I'm curious to see how that worked. That was different, interesting, because when you self-read, you can change emphasis. Exactly, right? And I mean, there could be value to both. There could be value to both variations, really, for sure. Because if you're reading it, you know how the characters sound, you know where the emphasis, the tonal, where the changes are. But if other people read it, they have to based on the writing, right? And people writing at times can be subjective. So I think that's very interesting. Susan, I wish there was a real life critique group where I lived. I joined live writing groups since I was 17 years old. So it sounds like you've had a couple of good writing groups in the past before. Like, Mary, I would also like to do a cozy murder mystery. Yeah, I was like, that'd be a lot of fun. I did go to one in Delgut Library 3 years ago before I moved back to the North. Stupidest decision I ever made. Well, you know what? Always a learning experience, right? You're like, it sucked, but we can only learn from the stupid decisions and hopefully make more well-informed ones next time. And by the way, I guess since you guys are talking about groups, now's probably a good time to shout out. We actually do have, with the Right Now community, we have a critique group. So for those of you who are not yet channel members, you should come join the Right Now YouTube channel membership. If you click the join button, it's just beneath the live stream below. So you want to click join and you will get access to the YouTube channel membership. I have icons and emojis incoming, hopefully next week. And part of being a YouTube channel member is you'll get access to our monthly critique group. Right now, this is a trial period, right? We've done November, December. So we've done 2 sessions so far. We meet on the 15th of each month. It is a closed session with the critique group members. We all show up. Everyone reads excerpts of their story aloud, and then they're able to get feedback with the other members of the critique group. It's very, very incredible. Each of our members who've showed up before have shared how much value they've gotten out of it. It's a great, great way for getting feedback on your stories if you need help. So I would highly, highly recommend clicking that join button, becoming a YouTube channel member if you want to join the critique group. Like I said, it's on the 15th of each month. Our next one, so today is the 5th, so it will be the Wednesday after next. And just know that normally critique groups cost a lot more. Critique groups on average, like professional critique groups, low end, you're looking at anywhere between 40 into hundreds, $40 into hundreds for critique groups, for getting quality, because it's taking time to be able to read your work, get feedback on it, and then you're getting perspectives and opinions of others. So right now it's only $5 to become a channel member, which is super cheap. I'm trying it out for a few months to see the value it gets, before I reevaluate and see, hey, are people getting the value that I'm going for, and does it make sense? So definitely you're going to want to try it out while it's still at the really cheap $5 pricing. So yeah, click that join member or that join button beneath the stream, and you will come join us for the next group in about a week and a half. So definitely looking forward to that. Wanted to make sure to shout that out since we were talking about critique groups anyways. And Susan, you're like, going to right group went great. The moving to the north, bad. Yeah, you're like, I know sometimes moving decisions can be rough. Hey, what's up, Heavy? Glad to see you in here. Thanks for dropping by. Unfortunately, we are reaching creative writing on the morrow. So I was able to make some solid progress today. I can tell you guys did as well, which was awesome. I have to continue on to my unpacking as I'm getting used to this new studio I'm in. So I'm going to be wrapping up the stream. But if you enjoyed it, tap that like button way out. Help us show the algorithm that writing streams are cool. I'll be back tomorrow for, let's see, do I have any updates? We'll see. We'll see if tomorrow, if I do an update stream, or if we just go straight into doing another free write. I have to evaluate and see if I have any updates today. So you can come join us tomorrow. I'll probably be back late afternoon. If you want to know what my streaming schedule is for next week, you can always subscribe to the Art of Writing newsletter, which is linked down in the YouTube description. If you want to get access to my next week's schedule, that gets sent out to the newsletter subscribers on Sunday nights. And then my schedule itself also gets posted to socials early in the week. So that's what I got. And I think that's all that I got for you guys. So come back, come join us tomorrow. It sounds like we're all making some solid progress. I'm like, hopefully I can finish this chapter tomorrow. I was like able to finish the backstory, the first real introduction of my antagonist, which I think it's creepy. All right. You got little like red demon creature flying around, clawing people's faces off. I was like, I think that's a little scary. So I think that was a good introduction. And that is all that I got for you today. Unfortunately, that brings us to the end of the stream. Don't forget, words are wind, but stories are forever. I'm Kaufman, and I'll catch you on the morrow. Stay creative, writers.